Yes, okay. All right, everybody. Welcome to this live trading session. My name is Pedro Mejias, and we are with the Nailing FX live trading session today using the order flow. And before we begin, let me read the disclaimer. The following video clips demonstration are for educational and instructional purpose only. Predictive provides these videos purely for the purpose of demonstrating the method of using the products. Users understand that all the content used in this video is purely for demonstration purposes only and is not a guide and does not provide any indication or prediction of actual results. As a user, you should understand and agree that hypothetical results obtained through the demonstration do not indicate in any way the results you may receive on using our products. Right, you're watching this recording. Here's my email. If you have any question, want to have access to the software I'm going to be using today, just send me an email at pedro@predictive.com. And also you want to have access to tradewithufo.com software, just you can use my link here. It's tradewithufo.com/Pedro. And this session today is brought to you by Predictive and Skydesk. Skydesk is Forex BPS and it's web-based, so you can have your EAs and your copy trading and everything that you will need a BPS for Forex on the web. So you won't have any download or anything or any installation you need. Just everything is on the web. So it's pretty good. Just check it out. Okay, and in skydesk.com. All right. Today we have a few news today from the United States and have moved the market very, very strong today. So let me just show you the euro chart for today. You can see here after the news release how the euro have moved up to here, and then it just been dropping until here. You can see the big movement that have been done today. All right, so let's try to find or spot a trade today under this very, very I don't know, with this high traffic condition. Let me just clear my drawings this morning so you can take a look at what's going on right now. Just shrink this up. You can see the chart better. You can see what we just saw on the other chart, the big movement of the day. It went this high and now it's trading back to the big WAP, which is this white line you can see here. All right, you have any question during this live session? Remember, you can use the chat, okay? And just put everything there and I will reply to you as soon as possible. And if, once again, if you're watching the recording, you have my email here. It's pedro@predictive.com. You want to have access to either the software for the order flow or the predictive application as well. All right, so what we're watching here is the euro. Okay, we can see the big movement after the news today, and now it's going, it's dropping pretty fast. We can see the liquidity here on the right side, and we can see that it's a lot of movement right now on the moment. So to find a good trade in these conditions is going to be a little bit hard, but we can see here in this area that we have some volume here. Okay, you can see how the price has been rotating here. That's why you can see in all this area the price is just having a hard time to go below this volume area. Let's put a better way to highlight this highlight tool. Okay, you can see here. There you go. See how in the past it just did what is like doing it right now. We don't know if it's gonna break further down. Maybe it will. We are in a special situation today. So there was a big trade here, 121 contracts here, 121 lots. Just enter the market and have pushing now the price lower. So we can use this volume area as reference if we're gonna trade it on the low side, because you can see how the price is actually falling pretty fast. I won't put any trade right now in these conditions because it's gonna be very difficult to try to predict what's going to happen. You can see here on the speed of the day how the sellers are being very aggressive at the moment. And this huge trade here, 121 contract we just saw just a few seconds ago, has pushed the price a little bit lower, but this might means many things. Remember that when you are entering in a trade and you are buying, okay, because you thought the price was going higher here, for example, you didn't get out of the trade and then the trade is against you, you might exit that trade by selling your position. So if somebody enter or a lot of have a stop loss in this area, that would have been that big trade we saw here. Okay, can be a stop loss, can be a anything, can be a take profit. We don't know. Could be coming from this low and getting out here. We don't know that, but we can see. What we can see is what's going on. I mean, who's being aggressive, the buyers or the sellers at the moment, okay? And let me show you this is the depth of market. You can see a lot of movement still happening. I'll clear this up so we can see it better. Okay, with this tool, which is available in most brokers, but with not this much information or this kind of filtering, you can see every trade that is being done in real time and the liquidity. These on the blue and the red column are the pending orders that are right there on the market waiting to be filled. Okay, and what you see here in the bid market and ask market are the market orders taking what is available here on these limit orders. Okay, so it's like it's what when somebody hit the market, they would take what is available at whatever price on whatever is the blue column or the red column. So we can see if there are a lot of trades in one side. For example, here we can see that now the buyers were aggressive at this point. And when you take the whole liquidity, each step, that's what moves the price up or down. You see, for example, here there are, I don't know, 12 something, and somebody took those 12 pending orders, that will move the price down. Same way here, somebody just they take this seller's liquidity, so they will buy this sell order, that will move the price up. Okay, that's the market mechanics, and you should know that in order to be able to trade. That's very important. You want to be a successful trader. You need to know the mechanics of whatever you're doing, not only in trading, everything in life. You need to know the mechanics, how things work, in order to understand how you can approach this kind of market. Okay, you can use this tool, the depth of market, and other tools that we have in the order flow system to understand and be able to see what's going on in real time in the market. And remember, you have to be in front of the other traders. Let me show you. This is the tape. This is like a book that registers everything that's happening in real time. Every trade that is being made is written here in this book. You can see the volume, You can see if affected the price one tick down or ticks up. See here in this column plus and minus. You can see the price, the ask price, the size, and the average volume of that trade in that. Because what it means the average volume is because at one price at one particular second, because we have the time here, it can be several trades and it makes like an average. So this is like a filtered tape, filtered book. We can actually customize this in order to have the information we want. I can even freeze it. So you can see it's freeze now. And you can see with more details what's in here. You can see the time, you can see the price, you can see if it moves the market one tick down, one tick up, three ticks up, two, one. You can see that. The volume, the amount of trades. You can see, for example, here 16 lots. This is the price that's being the bid, the ask price at the moment. Okay, and this is the price that was executed. Okay, so it was executed at bid. So this trade, this 16 lot trade, hit the bid. Okay, and you can see also, for example, here that highlighted in blue is because it was like a big trade at that moment. Okay, so let me unfreeze it. See it moving now. You can see also at a glance, you can see a lot of, for example, color. You can see green, it's a lot of red. Right now we are in a very intense moment in the market, so it's kind of harder to read, right? But I'll only showing you this so you can have an idea how you can use this tape. Okay, you can also filter it by volume or whatever. Just take it out of the way so you can show you something else. It's going to be very interesting. This is the all price. All price shows me in order. For example, I want to see what is the price that have been most traded today. I will order by volume. Okay, so I have this one here. This is the price, 1.18390, and it shows me how many trades and how many were on the bid and how many on the ask. And the difference between the bid and the ask is negative 333, meaning that the sellers were more aggressive at this price level. So what can I do with this information? I can see at certain points who were more aggressive. And let me show you that right now. This price is right here, okay? Right here. And we know that the sellers were more aggressive than the buyers, right? Here at this price level. Right here. Let me just put a horizontal line so you can see it. Here that this is what happened. Sellers are being more aggressive at this price, okay? And we can expect the price to remain right now below this line we just put in here. Okay, just as a way to use this information, we can also look for bigger differences. You can see, for example, this is the biggest difference, this price right here on the negative. But if we're looking for the buyers, they are here. The most different one, let me show you again, is 401 delta at 1.18135. It's below 18135. It will be right here. Okay, so we know that probably here is where those buyers initiated this movement. All right, so we know there are buyers in this price level here. And you can also see how many big trades are being entering right now, sellers and buyers. Okay, because somebody may be thinking, oh, this is the end of this movement, and I'm going to get in now and surf the way up. Or They might be stop losses or take profit. Many things can be happening right here. Okay. So what I would like to do when I started my trade, my day, is to look for the volume. Okay, because volume is what really moves the market. So you should look for volume. If you're trading Forex in a 94 application, you won't be able to see this. You will only be able to see a bar and nothing else. Volume is not real in any Forex broker. So what you can do is to look for the information in a futures broker, okay, and use that information to see the volume and the movement, the price action in Forex is the same as the futures market. Okay, so that's a very interesting point, because you can use, if you want to trade Forex or spot Forex, you can do it, but I recommend you to use the information on the futures market. One thing you should know is that the price is going to be different. In the price that you saw here, you see here is will not be different in spot Forex, but the price action will be the same. We will see the same movement up and down. Okay. I don't know if you have any questions, you can use the chat. And remember that you also have my email. You want to send me an email, you're watching the recording. It's pedro@predictive.com. You want to have access to the software as well, you can send me an email there, okay? Okay, so what I like to do, as I told you before, is look for previous areas where the volume was very high, okay? So how do I identify that? Looking just at the chart is by looking for rotation. And as you can see here, for example, you see price bars going up and down. That's what is called rotation. And you can see here again. And this area, for me, is a high volume area. So I just highlighted that area, and I'm going to use it as reference for my entries. Okay. I usually don't look for, big movement like this. I will stay in the market very short time, because for me, I believe that is easier, or for me, it's very difficult to predict a movement that will last on a day or two or even hours. So I prefer to go for something I can really handle, like maybe a few minutes. Maybe I can predict what's going to happen in a few minutes. It's hard, but I think it's even harder to try to predict what's going to happen in an hour or in a day or in a week. All right. So I prefer to focus on short term instead of trying to look for those big swings. Okay. But what I do is enter with volume. I mean, if I gonna have a, I don't know, swing trade, you will have to put a lot of risk, because the movement probably is gonna go against you very for a long time, or a very big movement, and you're gonna risk a lot of money. But if you trade in short term, you can manage that risk easier, but you can put more volume in your trade. So that way you can manage your risk, but still making a nice profit, because you're putting more volume into your trade. So after I look for this volumes area, let's just highlight a few. Let's see if we can find another one here. Let's see this one. Let's put highlight this one here. You can see how price rotate here and manage to here. See the price rotation. This is from previous session. sometimes they're still valid. Okay, so you can use them as reference. And if you can find inside this volumes area um, deltas or price significant price levels that will confirm that that particular volume area will be useful for your session today. Where we can see how, for example, this one we highlighted here, you can see how the price didn't reach here because it's harder for the price to go through the whole area. So you can use it as protective area for your stop loss. Your stop loss can be down here if you're planning to enter nearby this volume area. Okay. Well, you can see right now how it just touched it or volume area, and then it jump back up. So you can see how powerful volume is. The same thing happened here. You know, this, you can see a lot of rotation in this area. And when the price reaches the rotation area here, this volume area, it just went up. And then again, when it was falling very hard, it even stopped for a while here and went up here. Okay, so in this, just in this small, you might think it's a small movement, but you can make a lot of profit here in this very small movement. Let's just measure how many ticks there were here. 27 ticks. Okay, so with 27 ticks, every ticks is 5 with every lot. Okay, is $5.25 by 27 will be $168. You can multiply that by any lot you want. Okay. You put 10 lot will be $600. So it's for a short time and a very small period of time, very small movement, you can make a lot of profit. And the risk can always be managed, right? Always behind the volume area. Okay, and as I said before, just look for quick movement and also small movement as well, and in short period of time, so you can be able to predict with more precision what's going to happen. Don't try to guess what's going to happen in an hour or two or a day. I mean, that's for, at least for me. I don't know about you, but for me, it's something very difficult to do. So I prefer to stick with what I can, handle more. All right. Let me know if you have any question in the chat. Check. There's also a question and answer panel you can use, and the chat. And or if you're watching the recording, or you can just send me an email later. You can do it at pedro@tradewithufos.com. You can also use my link for getting the predictive software, tradewithufos.com/Pedro. And let me show you what the UFO software can do for you. Right here, you can see this is the error again. What the UFOs show us is the sells and buy areas. You can see here on the red and green below. If you're planning, first you need to know which side are you going to trade. You're going to trade on the selling side, you're going to trade on the buy side. You need to know that beforehand, because that's very important. You need to have a bias. Okay, you want to be successful in trading, you need to have a bias before entering. You need to know where you want to sell or buy. And if, for example, if you're going to sell, in this case, this is a 5-minute chart. The UFO is telling us that this is where the most selling happened. Okay, so probably more pending orders will be here. We can, of course, verify that by looking at the depth of market. I'll show you the depth of market here. Can verify that information right here. Something you cannot do with a Forex platform. Right, you can see 18,700. All right, let's go for the price. See if that will allow us to do that. Okay, here we are. We have 24 contracts pending here and 26 on the 80.25. Okay, so it's going to be around here. And that's exactly where the UFO is, you see? So that's telling us that there are pending orders here, and we can expect the price to drop when reaching that, because it's kind of like a resistance, right, on the way up. And the same way is indicating us here where the buyers are going to be or are supposed to be. So you can use it as your target. But one thing I would do is just get out, a few ticks before this area. Okay, just don't put your take profit too inside those areas. Just try to get a safe exit, I would say. Okay, so we're here today again with the order flow chart, and we can see how again the price is reaching back in this volume area. Let's try to find something volume-wise around this area here. We can see the delta is still positive for the day, but we're still watching how the sellers are the ones that are taking control. So I will be looking, my bias will be a sell. Okay, I won't buy today, I will sell today in these conditions. And remember that we saw this this price here at 1.18135, and that I will check this price because we have these two breaks on the downside. One here, just put a horizontal box here, and the other one right here. Okay. So these two candles show us how they break down, okay, on the price, because we can see here this small rotation and then the break. The same way here it was this small rotation and then the break here on this side. Let me put it here. Okay. Even better than this one. But you can see it's aligned with the price we saw. So this, either this one or this one, are in that area. There are also before another volume area right up here. We can also check out, just to make sure, let's highlight this rotation here that happens before, just put it here, before this break on the downside. Okay, and also you can check that the price we're looking at is between the point of control and the volume area low, value area low. Okay, meaning that it's between the 85% of the trade during the day. Okay, and what I will do in this case is take a look at the clusters. Okay, let me expand this a little bit so you can see inside the candles. Okay, you can see exactly what's been traded inside each candle. So let's go and look for that particular breakout candle, this one. Okay, and I'm gonna see the volume that is inside this candle right here. And I can see every trade that was made inside this candle. We can see, for example, here, I like this one. Let me highlight it with an horizontal ray. I like this one because it has the less volume, so the price might reach here to fill this empty space here. Okay, that's something that might happen. And also we have this one here. Okay, this one looks very good. So let's see how it looks. Well, right now the price is still going lower, but I will wait for the price to reach back here into this area. But there is a lot of volume here. There's a lot of trades, and that can protect our entry when we do have another volume area on the top. So we can use as our protective zone. Okay. So what I do today is wait for price to reach back here. Let me just go back to candles so you can see something more familiar. Okay. Price is here right now. It's just breaking lower and lower. But I want to expect the price to come back here. Okay. And I hope that it won't go through this volume. That's going to be my trade for the day. And once the price reach back here, I'm going to enter sell and selling. And I will expect to get out of my position probably down here. Okay. But I will be looking at the liquidity. If it's too high, like for example here 121 lots are waiting to be buy here. So I will expect the price to come back just a little bit higher than this high liquidity. Okay, just like it's happening right now at this price level here. You can see this 151 lots, and the price is just going higher from that point. And that's something we can expect to happen again in every high liquidity area. The price will just stop for a while if there's not enough volume to absorb this liquidity. The price will just retrace back on the upside. But if there is intention to go lower, they will actually take this liquidity and move the price even lower. Okay, but when there is such a high volume here in the liquidity, sometimes it will take maybe one or two touches to finally break on the downside. Okay, that's something you can see and can expect to happen when you're observing the market every day. You will be get familiar with it. Okay. Well, right now prices are not going back here at the moment, but as an advice, I will never force any trade. I will just wait for the price to get into the area I'm expecting to get into the market with more safety than just take the risk and put a trade in any area because I just need to trade. That's a common mistake for novice trader, for trades, and just because they have to trade in a day or in the day, or they have to make a specific amount of trade during the day. That's something you should take off your habits. Okay, if there's no trade for the day, there's no trade for the day. That's it. There's another day, and remember that you have to, when you're beginning in trading, first thing you need to do is survive, because there are a lot of people out there that they are waiting for you to fail. They're waiting for you to take unnecessary risk, and they can take your money away. Okay? Because they are looking at what you're doing. Just like we're doing here right now, we can see every trade that is being made. We can see what is available on the market. Okay? You can see everything can be monitored here. But if you don't have this, you are blind. You are going blind and you don't know what to do, what's going on. Let's see here how the buyers enter here with 103 contracts. But this is something very interesting, because when things like this happens and the price doesn't move up, you can see here how the stop loss were hit right here on this red bar. Okay, because they were expect the price to move up, but it didn't happen. So now we'll move like maybe a little bit sideways here, and then we'll probably go up into that area again. You can see here still buyers joining in. Remember, some people might think, oh, we have reached the price button, or now it's going up. Some people might think that, and will put trades in that direction. Okay, remember that we are waiting for the price to reach our entry level, which is up here. Okay, at this breakout candle that we saw higher. Okay, remember, if you have any question, please use the chat. There's a chat here on the application, this webinar application, or you can send an email. Here's my email at pedro@tradewithufos.com. You can send me any question here. You want to have access to the software, just send me an email. I will send you all the links and the information you need. You can also use the Trade with UFO software. Here's my link, tradewithufos.com, Pedro. You can have access to the UFO. Let me show you again. Here are the UFOs that show us where are the most probable buying areas or selling areas, okay, in any asset in trading view. You can also use it on TradeStation. If you're using TradeStation as a broker, you can also use the application there. Okay. All right. The price is moving higher a little bit. Let's see if going higher than. No, not yet. This is the entry we saw with 103 contracts. Now you can see how buyers are putting more lot here. You can see this green numbers, meaning that there was a big difference between the buyers and sellers in this price range. Okay, that doesn't mean you see a big buyer or a big seller. Doesn't mean they're gonna make the price move up or down. Doesn't mean that. One thing I want you to know is that the big guys also lose because they are trading against other big guys. Okay, and if they made a mistake and they leave fingerprints all over, the other guy will know what they're doing and they will try to get their money away. And that same principle is what they're doing to you when you're trading Forex. They know where you are, they know where your money is, and they will fool you to put your trade in the direction they want to take your money. And what you have to do is try to read their fingerprints. Right? The only way to see those footprints is using this type of chart. Okay, that's why it's called footprint chart. Here it's called clusters, because there are clusters, but it's a footprint. And you need to know how to read that in order to understand where they're putting their money. So you can also do what they're doing, okay, and try to take some money away from the small traders that don't have this kind of knowledge or tools. Okay, this is quantitative trading, and it's the only way to. It's not like technical analysis, because technical analysis will only work if somebody's making it work. Okay, but in quantitative trading, you always want to see what's going on. Okay, there's no subjectivity on that. Maybe a little, but not as much as technical analysis. Technical analysis, just you were looking for a pattern, you were looking for I don't know, a Fibonacci number or something. Everybody knows that, and everybody is gonna just wait for you to believe that and take advantage of it. Okay, that's why sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. When it works, it's because somebody wants to make it works. But most of the time it doesn't, because they're just taking your money. And that's how trading works. Okay. I don't know if you have any questions. Remember to use the chat or send me an email. Well, you can see now how price is getting a little bit back up. You can see how it stopped from going down. Maybe we will see, go back to the candles, we will see price reaching back up here in this area. I'm gonna wait for that. I'm gonna wait for this because we have some volume on the top, another volume here. So I'm gonna use that as our protective stop, okay? Let's see if we are, I think we're gonna take a few, I don't know, maybe an hour or so, half an hour, I don't know, maybe for the price to get back there, if it gets back there, okay? It should, probably. Because remember that between these white lines is where the most trade happens today. So it's where the volume is, and when price are below this value area low, tend to move very fast outside of this area. But later it will come back up here, okay? Unless it makes such a big volume outside here that actually changes the point of control area. But usually what happens is that the value areas, the price when it's outside the value area, it will move very fast because there's no volume to hold it. Just what happened here. But then it will get back up inside the volume areas that we just saw before. Okay, that's something you should consider every time you trade. And something important also to look at is the liquidity. If there is no liquidity, then the price won't be able to move any way or the other because there's no pending orders to be filled. Okay, you can see now how it's been moving higher. Let's see if we can see the price getting back here. So we can put our entry. You can either use limit orders. If you're using limit orders to enter, I would try to put it looking at the liquidity. So using this information. If, for example, you're planning to enter here and you see this big liquidity, 186 contract, just try to put it below 2 ticks below that area, that price. The same for your exit. If you're planning to exit, I don't know, let's say around here, just put it 2-3 ticks away from the liquidity area because it's gonna get harder for the price to break this area. It can happen. It can sometimes just happen many times, but it's better to be sure that just see the price getting back up again, and you were waiting to exit down here. Okay, so it's better to have a safe exit as well as a safe stop loss in case things go against you. Okay, so as a recap, we're waiting for price to reach here because why? Well, let's see again. We identify 2 volumes area. One was here on the top with this rotation. You can see how price during yesterday's session rotate inside this area, and today just happens to respect that price area as well. So one other on the top, you can see here, it's pretty close to the other one. It's going to even be the same volume area. We just put this one first, and then we found out this one here below. That's why I have like a separation here. But basically, it's a block. It's a block area here. Okay. So what we expect to happen is when the price reaches back up in this area, it's gonna have a hard time. You can see how big now the liquidity is here. Let's have a closer look. Expand this up. Okay, you can see how big this red liquidity bar here, 186 pending contracts here. That is like a confirmation. It's like telling us, yes, this area is important. There's something important here for somebody. Okay, that's why there's a lot of contracts here, 186. It's like a message like, hey, check this out, or be careful here. I don't want the price to go higher than this, or I want the price just to go here. I mean, it can mean anything, but something's gonna happen when it reaches around here. They can even take it off. Okay, just maybe just spoofing, or just to tell somebody something. Sometimes there are some algorithm traders or robots or E8s that works in the market, and they work with what the most advanced ones, the ones that really work in volume areas like the deviation of the big WAP. The big WAP is this white line here, and sometimes you will see how trades will happen around these lines, and most of those trades are made by algorithm trading, and sometimes traders can manipulate those algorithms by putting a lot of volume, a lot of liquidity in some areas, and those algorithm traders will believe that there's something important there, and they will trade in that price, but they will remove that liquidity because you was just trying to fool the system, and they can do that, and they can do that to you as well. Okay, so just be aware of, don't trust anything, don't trust whatever you are looking at. Just that's why we use stop losses, we use save, exit. Like here, for example, you can see in this column, you can see these red numbers with minus on it. For example, here minus 108. It means somebody put 108 contracts here and they took it away because it was just fooling somebody. And here you can see 242 that were added into this price. In the same way, you can see on the green side how they were added 210 and take it off the table. I mean, that can happen anytime. You can even watch it in real time, so you can see what I mean. If let's see, where is the 186? This is 186 we are looking at here on the top, right? This one. Yes, this one right here. This is the price, 1.18200. Here you can see the same price. So that this liquidity here is telling somebody something. And remember, it's a round number, so it's a very interesting number as well. So with this liquidity, they might telling, hey, I don't want the price to go beyond this area, or I want to enter here with all my money and sell at this price level. I mean, it can mean anything, okay? But it's out there. You can see it, all right? So whatever it is this for, you can see it. You can see that there are 186 pending lot here, okay, on the selling side. Now there's one more, 187. And at the moment when the price reaches back here, but you remember that there was 187 contract here, somebody might just take them off. Was just fooling somebody, okay? As it's been, this series has been taken off the market. Just like that can happen to that contracts at the top anytime. Okay, so just be aware of that. There are traps everywhere. There are traps everywhere. But you can spot those traps. You can find those traps and trade the traps. Okay, you can do that. That's why we just try to find the volume areas as we did before. And why? Because let's take a look at this, for example, here. What I mean with the trap. You can see the price here in this area went from this low, then went back up in this area, and then start to rotate. Okay, and this is probably there was like what we saw, liquidity and all that stuff. Probably at this moment they were watching that. They were watching liquidity below here or up here, and some traders were thinking, okay, this is going down. I'm gonna sell. Or others were thinking, well, this is going up. I'm gonna buy, and that made the price rotate like this. And the trader that was putting the trap in, it was actually like advertising the trade, putting the liquidity or putting some volume. And finally, the people that thought, oh no, this is going down, but no, they start moving higher and higher. You can see here. Okay, and they probably took profit here. This red line you can see, there are a lot of selling in this area. And if you are selling here, for example, you can see in this red line there was big sellers, and we can see that inside. Let me just show you that, so you can see what I'm telling you. Just expand this a little bit. All right. Okay. So you can see here. Just what I told you. Somebody just entered a lot of sales. See this 99, 84, 88. Okay, this big selling here, because these people thought that the price won't go any higher. Okay, that's what they thought. The price moved down, they put more money. Okay, price reached back up, they say, oh, okay, I'm gonna put more, and that's the rotation. Okay, and here you can see how the buyer that was here, you can see this big trades here. They start putting a lot of money in order to push the price up. Okay, to avoid the price to falling down, just to maintain the rotation for the sellers to enter more and more and more, and then just push the price up. You can see this huge movement here, right? And what happened here? The sellers that were here selling are now in trouble. And how did you get out of trouble? By buying. If you're selling, you need to buy to get out of the market. And this mostly of this big trade here are stop loss being hit by these poor sellers. Okay, and that moves the price very easy on the upside. Okay, is also stop loss plus another traders joining into the upside movement. Okay, you can see how now what we see here is what stopped the price to continue going up is the profit taken. Okay, from probably the guy that initiated this movement. Okay, he probably was taking profit all along the way up, and finally here. Okay, and now this just stopped taking the profit, and then the price just moved freely up and down. Okay, in this case went very low, back to the volume area, and repeat. Okay, you can see again the same movement once again. Okay, so this happens every day, every time in the market. What you have to do is try to be aware and spot the traps, so you can trade with the trap, not against the trap, just with the trap, and take profit out of the poor guys that were actually buying the trap, okay? And well, I think time's up for today. Remember, you have any question, you want to have access to the software, you send me an email at pedro@tradewithufos.com. You can also use the tradewithufos.com/Pedro to get access to the trading with UFO software. Okay. Hope you enjoyed today, and hope to see you on the upcoming Thursday here on FX Street. Okay. So thank you very much for attending today. All right. Goodbye.